Hi, my name is Emily and I'm a graduating senior. So I recently did a rough estimate of how many times I've seen the active citizen continuum, and I came up with at least 50 times since orientation. And it's so interesting because that graphic and the words and the explanation of that continuum have remained pretty consistent, but my relationship with it has so drastically changed these past 4 years. So what I've learned about active citizenship is that it is very challenging. In a lot of cases, people with privilege have this one single moment or experience when they take on this justice based mindset and start really thinking about systemic issues and root causes. For me, that defining moment has been and will always be my freshman alternative break experience, learning and engaging with ageism in Richmond. I've told my alternative break story a million times. The story of a transformative event that completely shaped my career path. But it was really easy and safe and passive for me to come back from that break and be comfortable and satisfied with my self proclaimed growth. I certainly thought that after that experience, I learned so much about justice and equity, and that I had successfully changed into a more thoughtful and intentional person. And in my narrative, I showed the side of active citizenship that is picture perfect, which is so clearly misleading. Um, I soon started to realize that disrupting ageism is not at all distinct from dismantling systemic racism and ableism, and that identifying root causes is not the same as acting against them. And I held all these questions and doubts and realizations that taking on that identity of an active citizen doesn't mean the work is done. And so for me, that transformative and life changing week turned into 3 years of challenging myself and being critical and taking the time and energy to be uncomfortable and to confront my privilege and to fundamentally change the way I think. So now, when I tell my alternative break story as this pivotal moment in my identification as an active citizen, I focus less on that transformation and more on the challenges I faced really living up to that identity. My journey has been full of mistakes and failures and things that bother me and things that I've done and things that I do that really don't sync up with putting community first. And so as I prepare to graduate, what I've learned about active citizenship is that that identity as an active citizen requires me to constantly challenge myself and reflect on what it means to commit to a life of service and what that means for the communities I interact with.